First of all, say I'm glad to be here.
I was going to say, it's good to see you.
Yeah. Ken, last time we talked, you had yet to tell your players that you were staying. What was kind of the reaction when you were finally able to tell them?
Well, I think I just actually told them today. It's the
Yeah.
first time they've been in finals and stuff, and
Right.
so hopefully they're glad that I'm back. Just I got a chance to talk to most of them after the game. Just I didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm glad that's behind, and I'm glad I'm here, and we're going to work as hard as we can to find a way to get number 11.
Do you sense there's maybe a little more energy now that they know you're staying for the long haul?
I don't think that. I think there's sensing more energy because finals is about over. I think they're
Yeah.
excited about that. I think there's a sense of relief for the seniors that they held their end as far as continuing, to help us get the CIC back. So that weight's off their shoulder. They passed that on to the juniors, and I think our guys are excited. We got one more day of finals. Pretty much most of the guys are done, but it's all pit preparation right now.
And to see the CIC come back, you mentioned after you announced that you're staying. I mean, that's got to be just even better.
Well, when we decided, we eventually were going to stay, I remember waking up in the morning, I looked at my wife and I'm like, we're going to the White House. Just that,
Yeah.
Because I knew if I decided to leave, obviously I wouldn't be going. But
Yeah.
So we're excited. There's so many things that we can look forward to. Obviously, finish up this bowl week, have a really good week. I think it's, a combination of celebration and preparing and, get ready for a really good pit team. But try our best to try to find a way to get number 11. They're going to, a really good team. I have a lot of respect for them. It's going to be a tough challenge.
You mentioned number 11. It would be the most in a single season in program history. What would that mean to Navy?
Well, I think it means a lot. Fortunately, I'm the guy talking about finding a way to get number 11, but our seniors is their same approach. Keenan them 1-0, and because of that approach, I think we've been successful. But we know it's going to be a tall order. We know how good they are. And so it's going to be a tough game, and we're looking forward to it.
Ken, I want to ask you about the defense and about the job Dale has done. I mean, a week into camp, he takes over, and here you are, 10-2. I mean, can you talk about the job that they did?
Dale did, an unbelievable job. Just, we made that change really, really late.
Yeah.
Made some shifts and changes, and he's done remarkable. Our numbers, I think, are the best we've had since we've been there. He did a phenomenal job against really, really good offenses. So, I'm grateful for Dale. I thought he did a great job of rallying the defense, and, he did a remarkable job.
And on top of that, you lose Quazell at Air Force, and you still, you don't miss a beat. That's got to speak volumes, right?
Got moved Daquan in there, and he played really well. I just thought, he and the defensive staff, all of them did a really good job this year. I thought, against Army, we did not start off so great, but in the second half we shut them out. So I think that's kind of been our defensive deal. We've been pretty resilient, and they've taken on this personality.
Can you talk about retaining Coach Nua?
That was huge. It's grateful he stayed. Coach Mendenhall he played for, so he has a lot of respect for him, and we have a lot of respect for Coach Mendenhall. We don't like the way it turned out because, they made it,
they announced it, right?
Announced it and all that stuff, but
Right.
things changed, He made his decision based off me leaving, and so when things changed, I'm trying to take, even though he's twice my size and bigger than me, he's my little brother. I try to make sure I try to take care of him, and he's also done a phenomenal job. He's a really, really good football coach, and I'm grateful that he stayed.
Good. All right,
Thanks,
Hey,
Ken.
guys.
Well, I was actually going to ask you, first of all, if you had time to look at Pitt and their defense.
Yes, big, physical, knock your head off. They played Tech this year, so they'll know what they're doing. Very experienced
That's a good
defense. Head coach has been around for a long time. The DC's played against it as well at the Citadel. So we have our work cut out for us. We got to come ready to play.
You all have played a couple times over the years while you've been here, but it's always a different coaching staff, it seems.
Right.
So I guess you really don't have any. Those past games probably can't help you in this.
Not really, but at the same time, you watch the film against Tech. Maybe that'll help us. But also this year, a few times, we've watched teams that played Tech, but it came up against us, and we're totally different. So we're not going to bank on that. We're going to work against a few different looks and be ready for whatever they bring out.
I was also going to ask you about Keenan. He's been chosen for the East-West Shrine game as a running back. Number one, do you think that's kind of a slap in the face to a guy that's as accomplished as a quarterback as he is? Or
Of course. I mean, I think it is, the kid deserves a chance to play quarterback. On the biggest stage. He's been doing it for 4 years and has performed well. So, but they make the decisions that you can do about it. I just hope he can go out there and play well and show up.
Do you think is there anything he can do to prepare to play running back in this All-Star game? I mean, I don't know how you go from being a quarterback your whole life to.
Well, hopefully just being a great athlete that will help. Just being a good athlete, goes out there, hopefully like he can go out there, should be able to go out there and play receiver, play running back, because he's a great athlete, so it should be pretty easy for him. It's going to be different, of course, but again, I want to go out there and play well, take care of the football first and foremost, and impress him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's obviously the scout, they think that he has a better chance at the pros as a running back. That's why they're playing him. I'm guessing that's the decision. I'll talk to East West Shrine people, but could you see Keenan making it at another level as a running back?
Well, there's been a few QBs that have played slot.
Denard Robinson is
Denard Robinson, Edelman at for the Patriots. So I can see him doing something different. But again, I know where his heart is. I know where he wants to play. Where he's proven. But at the same time, they're the experts, my man. They got to draft you, and it's their choice.
All right.
So.
All right, thanks.
All right, man.
Hey, actually,
Keenan, just kind of take us through what you were going through your mind when Ken was making his decision and you guys didn't really know what was kind of going on.
Well, we had exams going, so I tried to just stay focused on what I can control.
Right.
Was very happy for Coach and the opportunity that was presented to him. He was going to do what's best for him and his family, and everybody on the team respected that. We love Coach here. We wanted him back, and we're so happy that he decided to stick around for us.
When did you find out that he was going to be back? Do you recall?
I can't remember the exact day, to be honest.
Yeah. What did he kind of say to you, when he addressed the team, saying that he was going to be here?
He just kind of jokingly asked us if we would take him back, but everybody understood what it was, and we knew it was time to get down to business. We got a big game coming up, so we kind of just kept the focus on that. And he never wants to be a guy that has all the attention. He's always focused on trying to win games.
Not that you need more incentive to win a bowl game, but the fact that he's coming back, does that maybe give you a little more energy kind of going into that game, win one for him almost?
Definitely, and at the same time, we continue to have the same model we've had all season, just 1-0, and this is really the last game, so this is the only one we got left, and we're going to prepare the best we can to get ready for it.
Would it mean a lot to the seniors to set the single season record for victories?
Absolutely, that's definitely a goal I was unaware of until obviously a couple weeks ago. So to have that opportunity now is huge for us to leave our mark on the Naval Academy as a class, to also become not only have the most wins in the season, but the winningest class.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be an awesome thing to kind of go out. When we come back 20 years from now, and we're all fat and crusty. We can talk about it, joke around, and laugh.
I was going to ask you about being selected for this East-West Shrine game as a running back. My first reaction was kind of a slap in the face. You're the most accomplished quarterback, one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in the history of NCAA football, and they don't think you're good enough to play quarterback in this All-Star game.
Well, I'm just fortunate to be in the game. It is what it is. You look at, I've done a lot of running, so it kind of makes sense why they put me a running back. So.
How do you prepare to play running back when you've been a quarterback your whole life? You've never lined up in the backfield in your life, have you?
I haven't actually, so I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Right. I mean, when they contacted you about it, is that what your reaction was? Better to be in the game than not?
Yeah, I didn't get really contacted. I just somebody sent me an article link to the list of accepted invites, and I was scrolling through it, and then I saw a name on the running back. I was like, this is interesting. But I'm not complaining. A lot of people would love to be able to play in that game and to have one more game guaranteed is pretty awesome.
So if, for a chance, you ever were to get a shot at the NFL, would you plan on being a running back or a quarterback?
Whatever they want to pay me to play.
All right, good answer. I guess Denard Robinson pulled it off.
Yeah, and I think is he full-time running back now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
and he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, so hey, anything's possible.
All right.
Thanks, Keenan.
Thanks, Keenan.
See ya.